Brought to you by Penguin.
Pride and Pleasure by Sylvia Day. This one is for Kate Duffy, friend and mentor, for her countless contributions to my writing, career, and general well-being. She was incomparable. I miss her fiercely. Chapter 1. London, England, 1818. As a thief-taker, Jasper Bond had been consulted in a number of unusual locations, but today was the first in a church. Some of his clients were at home in the rookeries his crew haunted. Others were most comfortable in the palace. This particular prospective client appeared to be one of strong faith, since he designated St. George's as the location of their assignation. Jasper suspected it was considered a safe place, which told him this person was ill at ease with retaining an individual of dubious morality. That suited him fine. He would probably be paid well and kept at a distance, his favourite sort of commission. Alighting from his carriage, Jasper paused to better appreciate the impressive portico and Corinthian columns of the church's facade. Muted singing flowed outward from the building, a lovely contrast to the frustrated shouts of coachmen and the clatter of horses' hooves behind him. His cane hit the street with a thud, his gloved palm wrapped loosely around the eagle's head top. With hat in hand, he waved his driver away. Today's appointment had been arranged by Mr. Thomas Lind, a man who shared Jasper's trade and confidence for many reasons, not the least of which was his mentorship of Jasper in the profession. Jasper would never presume to call himself a moral man, but he did function under the code of ethics Lind had taught him, help those in actual need of it. He did not extort protection money as other thief-takers did. He did not steal goods with one hand in order to charge for their return with the other. He simply found what was lost and protected those who wanted security, which begged the question of why Lind was passing on this post. With such similar principles, either of them should have been as good as the other. Because Jasper had an inordinate fondness for puzzles and mysteries, he was too intrigued by Lind's motives to do anything besides follow through. This, despite the location being one that necessitated his handling the inquiry personally, which was something he rarely did. He preferred to work through trusted employees to retain the anonymity necessary to his greater personal plans. Mounting the steps, he entered St. George's and paused to absorb the wave of music that rolled over him. Near the front, on the right side, was the raised canopied pulpit, on the left the bi-level reading desk. The many box pews were empty of the faithful. Only the choir occupied the space, their voices raised in musical praise. Jasper withdrew his pocket watch and checked the time. It was directly on the hour. In his profession, he found it highly useful to be a slave to punctuality. He moved to the stairs that would take him up to the right-side gallery for his appointment. When he reached the landing, he paused. His gaze was drawn to and held by wild tufts of white hair, defying gravity. One hopelessly overworked black ribbon failed to tame the mass into anything but a messy, lopsided queue. As he watched, the unfortunate owner of the horrendous coiffure reached up and scratched it into further disarray. So fascinated was Jasper with the monstrosity of that hair, it took him a moment to register the petite form beside its owner. Once he did, however, his interest was snared. In complete opposition to her companion, the woman was blessed with glossy tresses of a reddish-blonde hue, so rare it was arresting. They were the only two people in the gallery, yet neither had the tense expectation inherent in those who were awaiting an individual or event. Instead, they were singularly focused on the choir below. Where was the individual he was scheduled to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?